Hello everyone, this is Professor Nolan. This video will discuss EndNotes, what they are, why we use them in health policy, and how to create them. You should have noticed that our syllabus and other class materials state that EndNotes should be used in this course. Some of you have contacted me to say you've never used them, or you don't know how, or that you're confused by them. This video aims to address that. Hopefully you'll see how easy and simple they are to use. So let's first start by looking at what an EndNote is. Here's an article from Health Affairs, which is the preeminent journal of health policy. In health policy, we strive to have all of our documents, whether they are journal articles, reports, white papers, or fact sheets, we strive for them to be as succinct and direct as possible. And we don't want anything to distract the reader from the argument that's being discussed on the page. So rather than using something like APA formatting, which has in-text citations, where we put in a parentheses at the end or middle of a sentence and write the author's names and sometimes a year as well, rather than having that clutter up the text, we use something called an EndNote. So it's simply just a number at the end of the sentence or in the body of a sentence. The number signifies a source that is being referenced by that particular sentence. We use Arabic numerals. You can see that we're using these numbers rather than Roman numerals. And they are consecutively numbered in the order in which they are used in the paper. Each specific reference is given a unique number, so no matter how many times it's used within the body of the paper, it will always have the same number. So you'll note that number 4 here, this article, is referenced here, it's referenced here, and again here. So that article, no matter where it appears in the paper, when it's referenced, it will always be given number 4. Sentences can also use more than one EndNote. So let me scroll down and find one of these. So you can see that this sentence here is quite long. The first clause has an EndNote that's related to it, that is referenced here. And the second clause has 5 sources that are referenced in the second half of that. Note how these are placed. This particular EndNote, which refers to the first clause, is outside of the comma. It should not be before the comma. It appears outside the comma. And when you have them at the end of a sentence, it should appear outside of the period, not inside the period. So why do we call them EndNotes? Well, it's because the references appear at the end of the paper. So here they are. You'll see these do not appear alphabetically. So this one, Smedley, occurs before American Public Health Association. They appear in the order in which they appeared in the body of the text. So not alphabetical. And here's just the list of them. And so here's number 4. We saw this article several times. It just sits here. That's where it is. So they're pretty straightforward, I think. So let's look at how to create an EndNote, and let's go over to Word. So here's a little essay that I put together about EndNotes. And let's create an EndNote. We can create one let's put it here. Okay. So in order to create an EndNote, you simply put your cursor where you want that EndNote reference or citation number to be placed. Go up to Insert, scroll down to Footnote. Now, when the first time you use this, this footnotes will be marked. You want to make sure that you click on Endnotes, and you want to make sure that it says it's at the end of the document. You also want to make sure that the number format is Arabic, not Roman numeral. You want Arabic, and then you simply insert. Now, what Word will do for you is not only will it add in this EndNote citation number, but it will also automatically jump to the bottom of your page or bottom of your document and give you the prompt to put in your citation. So there's the citation. And then you can continue throughout your paper. If you wanted to add one here, EndNote would sequentially add another another EndNote for you. And you would keep doing that throughout the paper. Now, in terms of the format, what is the format for how I would like you to format these particular references? I would like you to use the reference format or the style guide from Health Affairs. Let's look at that. Here's Health Affairs. As I said, it's the preeminent journal of health policy. The style that Health Affairs uses is Vancouver. Health Affairs uses the Vancouver style. And so I will give you the reference for this particular style guide. But they specifically show you EndNotes should conform to the following examples. They give you a bunch of examples here. Here's an article, a journal article. So there's the reference format for that. This one is another journal article. This is for a textbook. It shows you how to reference a textbook. Here's a New York Times article. There's another textbook here. Actually, this one is a report. So there's another format there. Here's another text. So I will also provide these with you for you to see them. But you can Google the Health Affairs Style Guide, and it will provide you, you'll get to this page. There's also some additional sources which I will give you, including the National Library of Medicine and its format. Just as long as you use the Vancouver or this format, you will be fine. Okay, so now let's talk about how to input an EndNote in PowerPoint, because it's different. And you all have the group health policy project in this course, which requires you to put together a PowerPoint presentation. So PowerPoint does not have the automatic function to add EndNotes that that Word does. So I'm going to show you how to do that. When you have a slide, you will want to add references or a citation to references for your group health policy project. What you want to do is you'll want to add in manually your citation. So let's say, for example, we wanted to add one here in this clause. After this clause, you want to put in the number that relates to that specific reference. You want to highlight that number, and then you want to make it a superscript number. So you simply bring your cursor up here to the superscript function and you click on it. And then you've manually added your EndNote number for that particular citation. Now here we want to add one at the end of the sentence. We'll add another one. What we want to do is put in the number, highlight it, and click. Simple. You can add another one here, highlight, superscript, and you're done. Now, because PowerPoint does not have an automatic process like Word does, where it sends you to the end of the document to input your actual citation for your reference. What you will want to do is manually create the last page or last slide in your presentation that corresponds to the numbers that you added in the body of your presentation. So you will put them here at the end of your page, and again, these references need to be in the Vancouver style format. So I hope that this has been instructive and cleared up any confusion about how Endnotes work, how to use them, and why we use them. They're really simple. I think they look cleaner, and I prefer to see them when I read than when I read APA formatting, but depending on the course material, if it's not a health policy course, I do use the APA format, but I'm hoping that I've all converted you to the EndNote for at least the health policy classes. All right, if you have any questions, as always, please email me, and I'll help walk you through it, but hopefully this email or this video has done that for me. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great day.